vetting these people, but somehow they get inside these cracks. And you made international headlines when you talked about, weren't you the one who broke that it was Mike Waltz, the former national security advisor, who brought in the Signal chat, who brought in Jeffrey Goldberg from the Atlantic magazine? You broke the news, right?
I didn't break the
Oh, you
news,
didn't break the news?
but I'm the one that highlighted the fact that his deputy,
I
Alex
saw it
Wong,
from
helped
you.
him set up the
Hmm.
chat. So um, I did break the part about Alex Wong,
Alex
and
Wong.
then I
Yeah, yeah,
further
exactly.
exposed Alex Wong as well. So, and then of course that led to me having an Oval Office meeting with President Trump, and then everybody knows what happened. What happened next? Multiple officials from the NSC and the NSA were fired, and rightfully so. But again, I would say the vetting situation is better this time around, but it's still bad. Just because it's better doesn't mean that, we should just turn a blind eye and say, well, it's better than what happened in 2017. Yes, it is better, but it could also be a lot better. And there
Hmm.
are some very concerning examples. I mean, even in our own private conversations, there's a lot of examples that we've uncovered of Biden holdovers in key positions.
Exactly.
And they might even just seem like very innocuous positions, but they're going to have very long-term ramifications on our foreign policy. For example, right? The ambassador to Korea, as
Yeah.
you said. So um, there's a lot of things that are going
Hmm.
underreported, they're being missed, or they're not being given enough attention. And I just think that there should have been a policy that all of the Biden and Obama holdovers were just completely pushed out and removed from the administration because now, right, everybody's kind of in their groove. Everybody has their own tasks that they have to accomplish every single day. And a lot of these people are just going to go undetected.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, right, in the first 100 days, I guess people are more focused and kind of laser focused and zoomed in on the accomplishments or any hiccups within the administration. And now that the 100 days have passed, I sometimes worry, is there going to be as much focus and attention given to the vetting crisis, which,
Hmm.
in my opinion, gets worse on a daily
Yeah.
basis?
But last week, there was a news that came out. National Security Council, 100 plus. Trump fired them. I would think that probably you had some influence to do with it. Did six people get fired regarding the Mike Waltz team with Wong and all together?
Yeah, but there were,
Can you
yeah,
elaborate on that?
after the meeting, yes, six people were fired. And look, I know that there was a total shock to the NSC and the NSA after my meeting with President Trump. And so I wouldn't be surprised if the meeting I had put additional pressure on them to do, extra vetting as it relates to the NSC, which is why we just saw 100 people get removed. But I was also told that a lot of these people who were fired from the NSC are just going to be placed within other positions in the administration.
Hmm.
So we also kind of have a participation trophy mentality going on where people who deserve to be fired are now being placed in other positions of
A U.S.
power.
ambassador,
And
right?
it's like, how are you? Well, some of them, yeah. Like, how are you going to demand accountability and have extreme loyalty tests and get results if you're going to basically just create this culture of, well, if you screw up, you're just going to be shuffled around to another administration role and we're not actually going to fire you. I understand they're trying to contain people from leaking and writing books and the
Yeah,
chaos that
right.
we saw in the first term where people got fired and then they
And they wrote
became,
books,
some of the biggest
best-selling books.
donors on the other side because they got so pissed off, right? I think that they're trying to contain people so they don't feel like, oh, I gave up my livelihood and I came to Washington, D.C. and now I've just lost everything, right? So that they go and attack President Trump. But I don't think that that's sustainable.
Hmm.
That's not the definition of government efficiency. Sometimes you deserve to be fired, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
you deserve to be fired, and there really isn't another position for you. There's a difference between being laid off and being fired, right? If you
Right.
are being fired because you're not doing your job or you're missing your goals or you're missing the benchmarks, you shouldn't be given another chance. Now, if an agency is folding and you get laid off and you are actually good at what you do and you provide value, then perhaps your boss will be gracious and they will invite you to have another opportunity within the fold. But I don't think that every person who has been fired should be given that opportunity in the Trump administration.
Mhm. In Mike Walt's case, but if he did it on purpose or Wong did it on purpose, this is like a fireable offense, right? I mean, no matter how you slice it,
I
this
mean,
bringing
personally,
somebody in the
I don't
signal
really
chat.
feel that the position of UN ambassador is really a prestigious position. It's
Yeah.
kind of
Huh?
like
To me, it looked
getting
like
exiled to
yeah,
Siberia.
yeah,
Really, when you think about it, it's like getting exiled to Siberia.
yeah.
Um,
Because you
yeah,
can't do anything secret there.
it's a downgrade. Yeah. So it's a way to contain him because he clearly has shown that he's not able to properly vet. I mean, even when he's having the cabinet meetings, the reporters are zooming in on his phone. I don't know if you saw that post that went viral online where it's like, oh, Michael Waltz is on
Oh
Signal
yeah.
again. It's like, well, why does the NSC director not have a privacy screen on his phone?
Yeah, it's just I was just kind of shocked that people on that top would just use Signal like I do. You know, I didn't know that it was just a regular thing. But obviously, Tulsi Gabbard did an interview about it, and she said that when you get out of the department, you know, that's what they use.
Well, I guess it's an approved method of communication, so they communicate on Signal. I was
Mhm.
also shocked when I saw the story originally. I didn't realize that Signal was approved communication at the government, but apparently they said it is. So,
hmm And you know, Bill Clinton, we were talking about Bill Clinton. He brought China in for double World Trade Organization. That's how China grew. You know, Bill Clinton played a major part on that. Do you think Clinton is still very pro-China in his views? Because I did see one interview where he kind of sounded like he regretted bringing